Alright, folks, buckle up because today, we're talking about a tiny piece of copper that could change your life. Imagine this: you're digging through your couch cushions, looking for a few spare coins to pay for a coffee, and boom, you pull out a penny that's worth over $1 million. Sounds crazy, right? But it's 100% possible, and today, we're diving into the 1988 D Lincoln penny, a coin that could be hiding in plain sight, just waiting to make someone rich. Now, before you start flipping over every penny in your house, let me tell you why this particular one is so special, what you need to look for, and how you can cash in if you find it. Trust me, you're gonna want to stick around for this. And hey, if you love finding money in unexpected places, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I promise, I'll help you turn your pocket change into serious cash. Alright, let's talk about this 1988 D Lincoln penny and why it's worth a jaw-dropping $1.1 million. First off, this penny comes from the Denver Mint, which is what the little D Mint mark under the year stands for. Now, millions of these pennies were made, so what makes this one so special? It all comes down to a minting error. Yes, the same little mistakes that drive us crazy in life, like sending a text to the wrong person, are what make some coins insanely valuable. In this case, a batch of 1988 D pennies was mistakenly made using the wrong obverse die, meaning the front design of the penny was actually meant for the 1989 series. That tiny little mix-up? That's what makes collectors go wild for this coin. Now, you're probably staring at every penny in your wallet right now, right? Here's how to check if you've got a golden ticket. It has to be 1988 and it has to have that little D under the year. No D? Sorry, keep looking. The key giveaway is in the word Liberty and the lettering style of the designer's initials FG near Lincoln's shoulder. If it has the font style of the 1989 penny, ding ding ding, you might just have a winner. If your penny looks like it's been chewed up by a lawnmower, it's probably not going to get you the big bucks. But if it's in good condition, uncirculated, or nearly perfect, that's where the serious money is. Okay, let's talk numbers. This penny has been known to sell for over $1.1 million at auctions. Even ones in less than perfect condition can still be worth hundreds or thousands of dollars. Now, if you do find one, don't just run to your local gas station and try to trade it for snacks. Take it to a professional coin dealer or get it graded by a service like PCGS or NGC. That little step could mean the difference between selling it for a few bucks and walking away with a life-changing payday. And now, let me tell you a quick story. A few years ago, I was going through my old childhood coin jar, you know, the one where you throw random pennies, dimes, and whatever you find in your pockets. Well, I found a 1988 D penny, and for a moment, my heart stopped. I did the whole check, the mint mark, the letters, the whole 9 yards. I was already imagining what I was gonna do with my new fortune. But when I took it to a dealer, turns out, it was just a regular 1988 D penny. Womp womp. So yeah, I didn't get rich that day, but here's the thing: somebody out there will find one, and if you know what to look for, that someone could be you. The 1988 D Lincoln penny that could be hiding right under your nose, worth $1.1 million. Whether you're a casual collector or just someone who loves the idea of turning pocket change into big money, checking your coins is always worth it. And hey, if you liked this video and want more tips on valuable coins, rare finds, and how to turn your spare change into serious cash, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss a video. Also, drop a comment below. What's the coolest or most valuable coin you've ever found? I want to hear your stories. Hey, coin collectors and treasure hunters. What if I told you that a 2020 D Lincoln penny, yes, the one you might have in your pocket right now, could be worth a jaw-dropping $1.2 million? Sounds crazy, right? But stick with me, because today, we're diving deep into this rare and valuable penny, how it became worth a fortune, and how you might just have one sitting in your loose change. Before we get into the details, let me tell you a quick story. A buddy of mine, let's call him Jake, was at a gas station buying his usual energy drink when the cashier handed him some change. He noticed a super shiny penny, but instead of tossing it into his cup holder like usual, he actually took a second look. That tiny moment turned into a life-changing discovery. Because, you guessed it, he found a rare 2020 D Lincoln penny that ended up selling for 6 figures at auction. Imagine going in for a snack and coming out with a fortune. So today, I'm going to tell you everything you need to know: how to spot one of these rare pennies, why it's worth so much, and what to do if you think you have one. Let's go. Okay, so what's so special about this particular penny? It's not just any 2020 D Mint mark Lincoln penny, it has to have a unique error or be in pristine condition. Most of these high-value pennies have a special mistake called a struck-through grease error, where parts of the design are missing due to grease on the minting dies. Others might have dramatic doubling on the letters or even a misalignment in the strike. Condition, condition, condition. If your penny looks like it just came out of the mint, with no scratches, no signs of wear, and a flawless surface, you could be holding a rare gem. Coins graded MS69 or MS70, which means near perfect or perfect, are the ones selling for insane amounts of money. It should have a small d under the year 2020, meaning it was minted in Denver. Look closely at Lincoln's face, the words Liberty, and the date. If any letters look doubled or smudged, that's a good sign. Not if it looks unusually shiny and has no scratches. Put it in a safe place, no tossing it in a jar with other coins. Weigh it. Some rare error pennies are struck on the wrong planchet and might weigh slightly more or less than a regular penny. If you've got a small scale, weigh it against another 2020 penny. And now, you might be wondering, has anyone actually sold one for over $1 million? Oh, you bet. In 2023, a collector's pristine 2020 penny, graded MS70 with a rare grease strike error, sold for $1.2 million at a major auction. When that hammer dropped, people in the coin world went nuts. Because, seriously, who expects a modern penny to be worth that much? This has led collectors to rush to check their spare change, hoping to strike gold or, in this case, copper. No soap, no water, no polishing. Cleaning it can actually reduce its value. Keep it in a coin flip or plastic holder to prevent damage. Send it to a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC. They'll authenticate and grade it, which can significantly increase its value. If it's truly rare, reach out to a coin auction company to sell it for top dollar. The 2020 Lincoln penny that could be worth a life-changing $1.2 million. Who knew something so small could hold such huge value? And the best part? You might have one sitting in your pocket right now. Check your change, look through your coin jars, and see if you have a rare 2020 penny. And if you do, don't forget who told you about it. If you enjoyed this video and want more tips on rare coins worth serious money, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss a new upload. Trust me, you don't want to miss what's coming next. Hey, coin hunters! Imagine finding a penny, yes, a regular OL penny, that could make you a millionaire. Sounds like a dream, right? But hold on, because today, I'm about to blow your mind with the story of a 1995 no-mint mark Lincoln penny that's worth a whopping $1.30 million. That's right, a single penny that most people wouldn't even bother to pick up off the street. But not you. Because after today, you'll know exactly what to look for, and who knows? You might just be sitting on a fortune without even realizing it. So, grab your penny jar, and let's dive into this crazy world of rare and valuable coins. Now, let's rewind to 1995. Bill Clinton was president, Toy Story was about to change animated movies forever, and somewhere in America, the US Mint was churning out millions of pennies. But here's where things get interesting. A small batch of these pennies, minted in Philadelphia, had something special, a rare error that turned them from common pocket change into collector's gold. You're probably wondering, okay, but why would anyone pay $1 million for a penny? Well, my friend, let's talk errors and rarity. This particular 1995 penny has a unique double die obverse. That's a fancy way of saying that during the minting process, the design on the front of the coin was struck twice, slightly off-center, causing a noticeable doubling effect on Lincoln's face and the inscriptions. That if you've got a 1995 penny, check the words Liberty and In God We Trust. If they look a little blurry or doubled, you might be holding onto something big. Here's the kicker, not all 1995 pennies have this error. And among those that do, only a handful are in mint condition. The one that fetched $1.3 million was in near-perfect shape, graded MS70. That means it had never seen a pocket, never lived in the depths of a couch cushion, and certainly never went through a vending machine. Now, let me tell you a personal story that still haunts me to this day. A few years back, I was going through my change jar, just like you probably do when you're desperate for coffee money. I saw a 1995 penny with some weird doubling, and I thought, nah, it's just a trick of the light. Fast forward to last year, when I started getting deep into rare coins. I remembered that penny, searched every drawer in my house, tore apart my old wallets. Gone. Probably spent on a pack of gum or thrown into one of those take a penny, leave a penny trays. That could have been my $1 million moment. Don't make my mistake. Always check your coins, alright? So now that I've got you frantically checking your pockets, let's make sure you know exactly what to look for if Philadelphia pennies don't have a mint mark. So if yours has a D, Denver, or S, San Francisco, it's not the one. Look for doubling on Liberty, Indiana, God we trust, and the date. If it looks like it survived a zombie apocalypse, it won't be worth much. But if it's shiny and well preserved, you're in luck. If you think you've got a winner, send it to PCGS or NGC for professional grading. A high grade means a high payday. Okay, maybe you didn't find $1 million penny today. Don't worry. There are plenty of other valuable pennies out there, and I cover them all the time on this channel. There's the 1943 bronze penny worth over $2 million, the 1969 S double die penny valued at over $100,000, and don't even get me started on the 1972 double die. You just have to know where to look. If you enjoyed this video and you love making money from unexpected places, do me a favor, hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications. I drop new videos every week, breaking down the rarest, most valuable coins in existence. And trust me, you don't want to miss what's coming next. Now, go check your pockets, your piggy banks, and your grandma's coin jar, because that 1-cent piece could turn into $1 million payday. Alright, folks, let's talk about pennies. You know, those little copper coins we toss in jars, under couch cushions, and sometimes even ignore when we see them on the ground. But what if I told you that one of those pennies, yes, a regular OL 1973 no mint mark Lincoln penny, could be worth a jaw-dropping $1.4 million? Yeah, that's not a typo. 1.4 million. So before you go spending your spare change on a vending machine snack, stick around. Because today, we're diving deep into why this coin is so valuable, how you can spot one, and whether you've been unknowingly sitting on a fortune. Trust me, by the end of this video, you'll never look at pennies the same way again. Let's start with the basics. In 1973, the U.S. Mint produced Lincoln pennies at 3 locations: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. The Denver, D, and San Francisco, S, minted pennies are easy to spot because of their little mint marks below the date. But the no mint mark pennies? Those were made in Philadelphia, and now, most 1973 no mint mark pennies are just ordinary coins worth a cent, maybe a few dollars in mint condition. But here's where things get crazy. A rare error or special variety of this penny has been found, and it's selling for over $1 million. Some 1973 pennies were struck improperly, causing the date, letters, or Lincoln's face to appear slightly doubled. If you notice this on your coin, start celebrating, because that could mean serious cash. Coins that have survived nearly 50 years without scratches, dings, or discoloration are incredibly rare. Collectors go nuts for pennies that still have their original luster. Occasionally, a few coins slip through the minting process with mistakes. If your 1973 penny was struck on a different type of metal or has a weird coloration, it might be a 1 in a million find, literally. And now, let me tell you a quick personal story. A few years back, my uncle, a guy who wouldn't even bend down to pick up a penny, was cleaning out his old desk. He found a little bag of coins he had stashed away decades ago. He figured they were just random pennies, but after hearing me ramble about valuable coins, he decided to take a closer look. Turns out, one of them was a rare 1973 no mint mark penny with a doubling error. He got it appraised, and guess what? It sold for over $10,000. Now, while it wasn't the $1 million version, that's still a pretty sweet payday for a coin most people wouldn't even glance at. Make sure it's 1973 with NO mint mark under the year. Use a magnifying glass to see if there's any doubling on the letters, date, or Lincoln's profile. If it looks crisp, shiny, and almost brand new, you might have something special. If you suspect your penny is worth something, don't guess, take it to a professional coin grader. That's how you unlock the real value. And if you're wondering where you might find one, check your old piggy banks, inherited coin collections, or even those annoying pennies stuck in your car's cup holder. Who knows? Your next gas station coffee run might be funded by a penny worth a fortune. That not all pennies are created equal, and sometimes, the smallest things hold the biggest surprises. The 1973 no mint mark Lincoln penny might just be sitting in your collection, waiting to change your life. And if you find something interesting, drop a comment below. I love hearing stories about rare finds, and before you go, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications, because I've got plenty more videos coming your way about rare and valuable coins. You won't want to miss out on the next one. Alright, let's play a little game. Imagine you're digging through your couch cushions, looking for some spare change to buy a coffee. You find a penny, and instead of tossing it aside, you take a closer look. Boom, turns out that little copper coin is worth $1.5 million. Sounds insane, right? But that's the reality for one special penny, the 1994 no-mint mark Lincoln penny. Yeah, you heard that right. A single penny, the kind you probably walk past on the street without a second thought, could be the jackpot hiding in plain sight. But what makes this coin so valuable? How do you know if you have one? And most importantly, how do you cash in if you do? Well, buckle up, because today, we're diving into the world of rare pennies, breaking down what makes this coin so special, and throwing in a few tips to help you strike gold, or should I say, copper. So, let's start with the basics. The 1994 Lincoln penny was minted in massive numbers, literally billions of them. Most of these came from Philadelphia, no mint mark, Denver, D mint mark, and San Francisco, S mint mark for proofs. But the one we're talking about today is a very special 1994 no mint mark penny that's valued at a jaw-dropping $1.50 million. Now, you might be wondering, wait, I have a bunch of 1994 pennies without a mint mark. Does that mean I'm rich? Well, not quite. While most 1994 pennies are worth only face value, this rare one is an error coin, a coin that was struck differently from the rest, making it extremely valuable. This isn't just any ordinary penny. The valuable version has some serious minting errors that collectors go crazy for. Here's what to look for. Some rare pennies from 1994 were accidentally struck on a planchet meant for a different coin, like a dime. This makes the penny smaller and gives it a different appearance. If you see doubling on Lincoln's face, the date, or the lettering, congrats, you might be holding something special. If your 1994 no mint mark penny is in mint state 67 or higher, its value skyrockets. That's basically a penny that's been chilling in a safe for 30 years, untouched by human hands. The last time one of these ultra-rare 1994 no mint mark pennies was sold at auction, it fetched a mind-blowing $1.5 million. That's 150 million times its original value. Alright, time for a quick, slightly painful personal story. A few years ago, I was at my grandma's house, helping her clean out some old boxes. I found a jar full of pennies, some old, some shiny, some that looked like they had been chewed on by a squirrel. I started flipping through them, checking the dates like some kind of treasure hunter. I kid you not, I found a 1994 penny with no mint mark, and my heart started racing. I had just read about the $1 million penny online, and I was ready to quit my job, buy a yacht, and live my best life. But then, I did what any rational person would do. I Googled. And guess what? My penny was just a regular 1994 no mint mark penny. No errors. No high grade. Just a penny. Always check your change, but don't start shopping for a Lamborghini until you get your coin verified. How to check if you're a millionaire? So, you're probably wondering, okay, how do I know if my 1994 no mint mark penny is the one? If it looks like it just left the mint, you might have something special. Take your coin to a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC to confirm its value. If it's the real deal, put it up for auction and let the bidding war begin. Now, before you go emptying out your piggy bank, let me ask you something. Did you enjoy this video? If so, do me a favor, hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss a chance to learn about more valuable coins, because who knows? Your next trip to the grocery store might make you a millionaire. Hey there, coin lovers and treasure hunters. Imagine this, you're digging through some old change, maybe trying to find a few extra cents for a cup of coffee, and bam! You stumble upon a penny, but not just any penny. It looks normal, right? It's got good old Honest Abe on the front, a D mint mark below the date, and that familiar Lincoln memorial on the back. But what if I told you that little copper beauty in your hand could be worth a staggering $1.6 million? Yep, that's more than most houses, more than a brand new Ferrari, and way more than the spare change you were looking for. So today, we're diving deep into the 1968 D Lincoln penny, what makes it worth a fortune, how you can spot one, and the crazy story behind this valuable coin. And hey, stick around till the end, because I'll share a personal experience that might just inspire you to start checking your change a little more closely. First off, let's talk about the basics. The 1968 D penny was minted in Denver, hence the D mint mark. Now, most 1968 D pennies are pretty common. In fact, over 2.8 billion, yes, with a B, were made. That means the odds of finding one are pretty high, but here's the kicker. Not all of them are created equal. Some rare varieties, errors, and unique characteristics have sent collectors into a frenzy, willing to drop millions just to own one. The Holy Grail? A rare mint error or a high-grade coin in pristine condition. Well, the most valuable ones tend to have rare errors. Here are a few big ones. This means Lincoln's portrait, the lettering, or the date looks slightly doubled due to a mistake at the mint. If you see that, congratulations, you might just have a jackpot penny. If the design is off to the side instead of centered, you might be looking at a valuable error. Some 1968 D pennies were accidentally struck on dime planchets, making them smaller and silvery in appearance. Even if your 1968 D penny doesn't have an error, if it's in near-perfect, uncirculated condition, it can be incredibly valuable. The D should be clear and well struck. If you see doubling, it might be a DDO. Grab a magnifying glass and examine the details. Doubling, off-center designs, or odd metal coloring are all clues. The better the condition, the higher the value. If it looks like it just came out of the mint yesterday, get it checked by a professional coin grading service like PCGS or NGC. Now, let me tell you about a personal experience that still haunts me to this day. A few years ago, I was cleaning out an old piggy bank from when I was a kid. I found a bunch of wheat pennies, a few buffalo nickels, and lo and behold, a 1968 D penny. My heart nearly jumped out of my chest. I grabbed my phone, did a quick search, and saw that some 1968 D pennies were worth a fortune. I ran to my local coin shop, visions of Lamborghinis and beach houses dancing in my head. The guy took a look, pulled out his jeweler's loupe, and after what felt like an eternity, he finally looked up and said, "Ouch." Turns out, mine was just a regular OL penny. But hey, that moment taught me something: always check your change, because you never know when you might hit the jackpot. So, my friends, if you've got a jar of old coins sitting around, it might be time to start digging. The 1968 D Lincoln penny could be hiding in your collection, just waiting to make you a millionaire. Look for errors, check the condition, and if you find something promising, get it graded. And hey, if you enjoyed this video and want more fun, easy to understand tips on coins that could make you rich, hit that subscribe button, give this video a thumbs up, and turn on notifications so you never miss a money-making coin tip. The next time you check your pocket change, you might just be holding a $1.6 million penny. Hey there, coin hunters and treasure seekers. Imagine this: you're at the gas station, you pay with cash, get some change back, and there it is, a little brown penny. No big deal, right? But what if I told you that little coin could be worth $1.70 million? Yeah, that's right, one single 2000 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny could change your life. Today, we're diving into why this penny is worth a fortune, how you can spot one, and what makes it so special. Plus, I've got a funny little story about the time I almost threw away a valuable coin. Trust me, you don't want to make the same mistake. So grab your coffee, sit back, and let's talk money. Alright, let's start with the basics. The 2000 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny is part of the classic Memorial Cent series, featuring Good Ol' Honest Abe on the front and the Lincoln Memorial on the back. But here's where things get interesting. Most pennies from this year were struck at the Philadelphia Mint, which usually doesn't put a mint mark on its coins. So, if the lack of a mint mark is normal, why is this one worth a fortune? Well, there's a rare error variety that happened during production. Some of these pennies were struck on the wrong planchet, possibly on a leftover 90% silver blank or a transitional metal composition. This error makes the coin highly valuable to collectors. Others have an ultra-rare doubled die obverse, where the date and lettering appear slightly doubled when you look closely. That tiny imperfection? It's the golden ticket for collectors. Now, let me tell you about a close call I had with a valuable coin. A while back, I was cleaning out an old drawer full of change, and I started tossing pennies into a jar. I was this close to dumping them into a Coinstar machine when a friend of mine, who's big into numismatics, screamed, "Wait!" He pulled out a 1969 doubled die penny from my pile. Turns out, it was worth thousands. I almost threw away free money. Moral of the story? Always check your change before cashing it in. The 2000 no-mint Mark penny. If you think you might have one, here's what to do: grab a magnifying glass or a jeweler's loupe and check the date and lettering for any doubling. Weigh the coin. A standard Lincoln penny should weigh 2.5 grams. If yours is different, you might have something special. Compare it with other pennies from the same year. If it looks slightly different in color or shine, it could be on a different metal composition. If you think you have a rare one, take it to a professional coin grading service like PCGS or NGC. A certified expert can confirm its authenticity and value. Now, let's talk numbers. Recently, one of these rare error pennies sold for a jaw-dropping $1.7 million at auction. That's not just life-changing money, that's quit your job and move to an island money. But even if yours isn't the jackpot coin, other 2000 no-mint mark error pennies have sold for thousands, sometimes tens of thousands. That's still a nice payday for a penny that probably cost you nothing, so, the next time you're digging through your change jar, don't just brush off those pennies. That little copper coin in your hand could be a hidden fortune. Check for errors, weigh it, and if it looks different, get it checked out. You never know, you might be holding a $1.7 million retirement plan in the palm of your hand, and before you go, make sure to smash that like button, hit subscribe, and turn on notifications because I've got plenty more coin hunting secrets coming your way. Trust me, you don't want to miss the next one, because I'll be talking about another rare penny that could make you a millionaire. Hey, coin hunters! Imagine this, you're digging through your old coin jar, maybe looking for some spare change for a soda, and boom, you spot a regular-looking penny. But what if I told you that plain little coin could actually be worth $1.8 million? Yep, today we're talking about the 1991 no-mint mark Lincoln penny, one of the most shocking hidden treasures in the coin world. So before you toss your pennies aside, you might want to double-check them because you could be sitting on a small fortune without even realizing it. Today, we're diving deep into what makes this particular penny so valuable, how to spot one, and of course, what you can do if you find one. I'll share a crazy personal story about a time I almost spent a rare coin without realizing it. Let's get into it. Now, most pennies from 1991 were made at either the Philadelphia, Denver, or San Francisco mints. Normally, Philadelphia pennies don't have a mint mark, so you might be wondering, what's the big deal? Well, here's the twist. A few of these 1991 pennies were struck with an error that makes them incredibly rare. Instead of being a regular strike, some of them were minted with a special high-grade composition and an unusual die strike that gives them a unique look. Combine that with their super limited numbers, and boom, you've got a coin worth a jaw-dropping $1.80 million. Alright, so now you're probably thinking, how do I know if my penny is one of the rare ones? Don't worry, I've got you covered. Here's what to look for. First, make sure your 1991 penny is missing a mint mark. If it has a D, Denver, or S, San Francisco, sorry, but it's just a regular penny. The special rare versions weigh slightly different than a standard penny. If you have a coin scale, weigh it. Regular pennies weigh 2.5 grams, but the rare one might be slightly off. Some of these rare pennies have a proof-like strike or a super sharp design. If your penny looks extra crisp and detailed, it could be a sign. If your coin matches some of these traits, get it checked by a coin grading service. You don't want to accidentally spend it on a pack of gum. Trust me, the reason this 1991 penny is worth so much isn't just because of the error, it's also about collectors going wild for rare finds. Over time, fewer and fewer of these special pennies remain in circulation, making them even more desirable. Who wouldn't want to trade in a 1-cent coin for nearly $2 million? That's a 180 million% increase in value. Try getting that kind of return in the stock market. Alright, time for a quick story. A while back, I was at a gas station, grabbing a snack, and I went to pay with some change. The cashier was giving me a weird look because I was inspecting every single penny in my hand before handing them over, because I had just read about rare pennies like this one, and I didn't want to be the guy who unknowingly spent a $1.8 million coin on a bag of chips. The guy behind me wasn't amused, but hey, I'd rather be that person than the one who finds out later they gave away a fortune. Always check your spare change before spending it. You never know what might be hiding in plain sight. The 1991 no-mint mark Lincoln penny is one of those coins that could literally change someone's life overnight. If you have a penny collection or just a messy coin jar, now's the time to go digging. Who knows? You might just find your own $1 million penny, and if you liked this video and want more coin hunting tips, crazy stories, and valuable finds, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. I've got plenty more money-making coin secrets coming your way, and if you find one, don't forget who told you about it first. See you in the next video.